I'm on LifeLog 2.0. Obviously, because I also signed up for it. This is Instagram. Naturally, I'm not following marked real, but I'm being shown this shit in the feed, along with a bunch of fucking advertisements. These things are by design, not by coincidence as well, but most people don't care. Here's a stupid fucking video.
All of what you see today are all just cheap knockoffs of the past, shelved until they could figure out a way to maximize profit off of it, while producing it as cheap as possible. Check out this 1950s electric skateboard, or even further back. How about the 1940s? Now, these technologies might not have been perfect back then, but it always amazes me how almost 100 years ago and beyond,
fuck, this music is emotional.
Inventions just had so much more diversity and innovation.
My poor little heartstrings.
The 1915 version of both electric and gas scooter. I bet all these two-wheeled scooters you see are much more durable and reliable than those lithium-ion batteries we have now in our scooters. The next one isn't battery-powered, but it's still pretty darn cool.
Lithium-ion batteries are the bottom of the barrel, just so you know, but people don't care. That's why we don't have standards. That's why we got lithium-ion batteries.
That all seem more solid and well-built than any cheap plastic thing we get sold to us today. Question everything, friends.
Yeah, question everything, but nothing was fucking imparted. This is superficial shit. Keep in mind, this is a run-on sentence, but it gets the point across. Most people assume light has speed. I love throwing that one out there because it really jars the pseudo-intellectuals that don't have a fucking clue but will repeat our master's adult fairy tales. Back to point. Consider how many kids on the internet use our master's emojis. And I probably should have thrown in apostrophes and stuff, which are social engineering stickers written into the algorithm. I've been saying that lately because that resonates more with the fucking morons who can't put two and two together and appreciate that when I say social engineering stickers, I'm talking about emojis. Literal humor has ruined the retards across the internet and respectively the realm. Yeah. How many people do you know who assume unconstitutional taxes pay for roads? How many Muppets have you met in this lifetime who will squawk? And there should be a comma and quotations. Maybe I'll fix it. Maybe I won't. Either way. Squawk, voting matters. We aren't cultivating the best and the brightest. That is the bottom line. That should come up. It doesn't come up. Instead, wow, the ancient people had technology. It was so good. Whoa. They must have been so advanced. Whoa. We are being dumbed down and conditioned to accept this, which means we are being conditioned to accept worse quality of living. In other words, down the line. Things are going to get worse and worse and worse, which is what's tracking. But people aren't thinking about this, which means it's going to come off. I mean, technically it already is. It's well upon its way, and no one's doing anything to stop it. And when I say that, most people probably can't figure out what I'm talking about and how diverse this agenda is, how many legs it's got. What did I say? We aren't cultivating the best and the brightest, which means things are going to steadily get worse and worse. By doing so, we are creating a disharmonious system. That should come up, doesn't come up. This is why things from long back seem pretty darn amazing to the slow thinkers today. So how do we change this? We challenge ourselves, and once you got a foundation to stand on, then you can challenge others and urge them to do the right fucking thing. But that's not what you see. But that is why you see a patently fascist censorship campaign carried out on the internet. That's why you got a bunch of bargain bin retards out there policing the internet. You didn't say polarizing positive vibes only. I'm going to report you. I'm going to block you because you're talking about something, light definitely has speed. That's what everybody says. That's what the moral majority believes. So it does. I believe that. Trust the science. You and I are surrounded by pseudo-intellectuals. That's why things are bad. They're dumb as fuck. And they will repeat anything. And that's what you see on the internet. That's what's being promoted by the algorithm. By design, not by coincidence. It's an agenda, a social engineering agenda. Again, that's why you see these stupid little yellow faces at the bottom of this bar. They should not be on here. They would not be on here if things were for the people, by the people, and you and I were surrounded by adults capable of abstract thought. Sometimes I say abstract thought and people are, well, what the fuck do you mean by abstract thought? Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. You can't think critically. You can't reason things out. You can't connect the dots. 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2 anymore. This is why you have Terrence Howard and the alphabet community promoting narratives, adult fairy tales, to corrupt things like that. Terrence Howard is a celebrity puppet who is currently telling people 1 times 1 doesn't equal 1. And people repeat it because they don't understand how numbers work, let alone light, which factors into the initial shit that I left on here. I just rattled something off. I just told you something most of you probably don't understand. If you thought about it, you could figure out what I just said on here. Or if you went looking for other things that I've left on the internet, imagine that. I might connect dots for you because you put in the fucking time and energy. But most people aren't invested, which means they're not involved and things are going to get worse. Somebody doesn't kick in your door and take some of your entertainment away. You're not going to pull your head out of your ass, which means things are not going to change, which means things are going to become disharmonious, more so, mind you. And that's why I'm ranting on the internet today. What the fuck do I know? Let's see how many people are following this stupid fucking account. Imagine that. He's not censored because he's shopping around garbage. It's not an assumption. The algorithm is currently censoring people such as myself. He has traction because he's shopping around and doing what our masters want. He effectively works for our masters. Let's see how many social engineering stickers are in here. You know, emojis. This kid, he wanted to sound intelligent, so he put that many emojis in his sentence. That's great. That's just fucking super. And my comment's way down here already from 8 minutes ago. There's somebody using the fire emoji because that's relevant. Do you remember when things were ice cold, cool? Remember that? People haven't figured this out, the changing of the guard. Why things went from cool to hot. Why it was seeded in terms of colloquial phrases or expressions. Shit that retards will repeat. Because all repetition is normalization, and down the line, or I should say all repetition is programming, and down the line it becomes normalization, which means you accept it, you repeat it, you do it. Remember many years ago when emojis were technically available, when you had to plug it in using your little keypad, and everyone didn't do it then because it hadn't taken off like a wildfire. See what I did there? Either way, most people probably haven't. What the fuck do I know? He's being so mean. He's saying all these harsh words, these words that aren't polarizing positive vibes only. I just don't fucking understand it. And he's still talking, so he must be schizophrenic. Oh my God. Do you need a therapist? Are you okay? These are the things that people rattle off. And or they'll say, yapping, because I didn't leave a social engineering sticker online. And this video is over 8 minutes because there's a method to my madness. Don't be another one of the fucking retards. Color outside the lines. Think for yourself. Do the right fucking thing. Consider what that means. Consider what it means to think for yourself again. And or for the first time in your life.